Welcome to my no bullshit heavy bowgun guide for Monster Hunter Wilds. The heavy bowgun is like a mobile turret, dishing out massive damage from afar. This weapon is for you if you love to bombard the monster with thousands of bullets, block their attacks with ease and even counter them. The downside, your movement speed is slow and you have to manage your ammo, but once you master it, you will feel like Rambo. Now let's dive straight in. Before we check our basic controls, we have to understand critical distance. When you aim with L2, your reticle will appear, and it can have 3 states. It's either out of range, which means most of your shots won't hit. If it's just a thin line, you're either too far or too close to the monster. And when it glows orange, you're in critical distance, your optimal range for maximum damage. Always try to stay in this range. The exact distance changes based on the ammo you're using, which we will cover in a bit. Just remember, orange equals good. Okay, now let's check our basic controls. Hold L2 to aim with your weapon. You can also walk slowly while aiming. Pressing R2 fires it. Some ammo types allow you to shoot while moving, while others lock you in place. After you shoot, you can press X or A with your directional input to make a slow sidestep to reposition. Hold L1, then press triangle and X or Y and A to cycle through your ammo types. And if you press triangle or Y, you will reload or load your currently selected ammo. Different ammo types have different reload speeds, and some guns even let you move while reloading. The cool thing about the heavy bowgun is that you can block attacks with it. If you're not shooting or reloading, attacks from the front are blocked automatically. It's a nice passive defense, but it won't save you from side or back attacks. And it also doesn't work if you're mid-animation while shooting or reloading. You can also manually guard by pressing triangle and circle or Y and B together. Blocking will knock you back and you will take chip damage. But time it perfectly just before an attack and you will perform a perfect block, reducing the knockback and damage. After a perfect block, you can press X or A for a big sidestep to reposition. Blocking can also lead to the cool looking clash animation. If that happens, spam triangle or Y to push the monster away and follow up with a strong attack. If you press circle or B, you will toggle ignition mode, loading up your special ammo. More on that later. And that's it with the basic controls. They're rather simple, but the versatility and depth of the heavy bowgun comes from the different ammo types you can use. First, let's cover the 3 core ammo types: normal, pierce and spread ammo. The cool thing about them is that you have an unlimited supply. Normal ammo is your reliable all-rounder. Good damage, decent capacity and shoots 3 bullets per shot. The critical distance is at medium range. Pierce ammo is insanely good for long or big monsters. The shots travel through the body, hitting it multiple times. It excels at long range and often has the highest damage potential if you line it up right. Lastly, there's spread ammo, basically a shotgun blast. It deals massive damage up close with multiple pellets. The critical distance is practically point blank. But watch out, spread shots have the biggest recoil out of these 3. When you check your weapon stats, you will see that each shot type can have different levels and capacities. A higher level means higher damage, and a higher capacity indicates the amount of shots you have before you have to reload. All bowguns are different in that regard, so make sure to check them out before you use them. A unique feature about bowguns is the bowgun customization. You can access it in the equipment menu in your tent, an equipment box or at the smithy. This customization allows you to further specialize your bowgun for your own needs. You can equip up to 2 mods and your bowgun comes with 2 special ammo types. The 2 mod slots allow you to improve certain aspects of your bowgun, including its ammo capacity for certain bullets, improving the ignition gauge recovery or upgrading the standard mode. So make sure to adjust these to your preferred playstyle and weapon. Then there are different special ammo types. I mentioned them briefly before. Right above your selected ammo you will find your ignition gauge. When you press circle or B, you will enter ignition mode, loading up your active special ammo. Shooting in that mode will deplete the gauge until it's empty. Then you will return back to your standard mode. It fills up slowly over time and you can speed it up by hitting the monster with your standard shots. There are 4 types of special ammo your heavy bowgun might have. The first 2 are fired by pressing R2. Wyvern Heart Ignition is your full minigun Rambo mode ammo. You keep shooting constantly and your damage gets higher and higher. But it will get harder to aim as your weapon heats up. This one does insane damage if you manage to land a full clip on a weak monster part. Then there's Wyvern Pierce Ignition, a single shot that drills through the target for massive multi-hit damage. The longer it pierces, the more damage it does. You can use the 2 other special shots by pressing triangle or Y. The first one is Wyvern Counter Ignition. This is our big counter attack. It is a close range attack and you can hold triangle or Y to charge it up. Then release it just before an attack to counter it and knock the monster back. The second one is the Wyvern Blast Ignition. You will shoot multiple grenades at your target which explode on impact. Beyond the main 3 and special ammos, there are more ammo types. Let's cover them fast. Cluster bombs do big damage in a small area at your target destination. But watch out, you will make your teammates fly when they explode on them. Slicing ammo lets you cut tails. After the initial impact, it will hit the monster for multiple ticks of slicing damage. Wyvern fire is a big charge explosion right in front of you. Sticky ammo behaves like slicing. After the initial impact, it will explode for explosion and even stun damage, which can KO monsters if you hit the head. Elemental ammo have types for each element. They act like piercing ammo but do elemental damage of that type. It's very useful if the monster is weak to that element. Status ammo builds up status damage and can poison, paralyze, exhaust or make the monster fall asleep. We can even buff and heal. Demon, armor and healing ammo leaves a cloud on the ground. Walk through it for an attack or defense buff or even a heal. This also works on teammates. Lastly, there's trank ammo. It does the same as normal trank bombs. If the monster is capture ready and trapped, hit it with 2 of them to capture it. Unlike normal, spread and pierce, you don't have an unlimited amount of these ammo types. Each one has a maximum you can carry. Once you run out, you have to either restock in your tent or craft them on the go if you have the materials ready. Now, let's take a look at the new mechanic of Monster Hunter Wilds, the focus mode. While you aim with L2, you can press R1 to perform the focused blast Wyvern Howl. If you are in ignition mode, you can hold down R1 to empower the attack in exchange for a chunk of your ignition gauge. If you hit a wound with that shot, it will explode for big damage and destroy it, making the monster flinch. You have 3 focus mode shots displayed above your ignition gauge and they recover automatically over time. Alright, we know how to attack and defend. Now, how do we apply that in a real hunt? Here's some tips. First, don't waste your ignition mode. This means don't sit on full gauge. Try and alternate between the 2 modes for a fun gameplay loop. Both Wyvern Heart and Wyvern Piercer are viable depending on the monster you face. For bigger ones, I would use the Piercer because of the multi-hits, and for small to medium ones, I would just go full ratatatatata with the Wyvern Heart. Practice your perfect guard. The auto guard is handy and can save you in a lot of situations, but the knockback and recovery time is big. Perfect guarding lets you reposition fast or shoot directly after the block. Also, match the gun to your hunt. Different heavy bowguns can perform better against specific monsters. Like with the special ammo, it's good to have different bowguns ready in case you need elemental, pierce, normal or spread damage. And lastly, use your radial menu crafting for non-infinite ammo. This is a must. Set up radial menu shortcuts to craft the ammo types on the fly and make sure that your item loadout includes the crafting materials. Got questions? Drop a comment or ask me live on twitch.tv/NinoMMO. If this video helped, hit that subscribe button and consider supporting me directly on Patreon. It really helps me keep making these no bullshit guides. Want to know the best heavy bowgun armor skills? Check out this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.